every day at the ashram we do a reading from Aghor Vachan Shastra, the book of Aghor wisdom. We take one gem and read it, and then I give my thoughts on this, maybe clarify it sometimes. And then I think it's posted on podcast, Spotify, and probably on the web too. I'm not sure on the website, but it's there. So last night's reading was very interesting. When I was reading it, it fell into what we have been talking about. So I'm going to read this to you. And this is from the Aghor Book of Wisdom, chapter Attachment, Ashakti, number 12. The natural temperament of any person does not change by prayer and worship. Desire, anger, attachment, greed, sorrow, hate, jealousy, envy, all these remain. And as soon as they get a chance, they begin to reign supreme. Then they make that person do whatever they want him to do. I have heard many times, Babaji, I have been on the path, I have been meditating, I have been praying, I have been doing yoga, I'm doing all these things, but still I get trapped. So this is why I thought this was very appropriate to share with you. Yes, we do our practice, but what do we expect from it? Our expectation from ourselves, from our practice. We have to pay attention to that. Baba says those natural tendencies do not go away. They don't live in the house, but they have pitched their tents right outside of the house. Their encampment is right there. Little chance they get. The moment the house is empty, they enter. Start making themselves a cup of coffee, or a little this, a little that, and then they park there for a while. When nobody's at home, when we are not watchful, when we are not on our guard, the purpose of our spiritual practice or prayers and worship and all this is really to give a glimpse of our true self, our pure self, our whole self, our connection with the whole. This is the purpose. So when we, during our meditations and prayers, and there comes a moment when you do not feel separate from anything. Everything feels as if it's your own extension. You are a part of everything. Everything is a part of you. There is no separation like I am doing this and I am praying to such and such, or this and that. All these things are there, but there comes a time, even the witness is not there. There is just a presence. That's your true self. That's your guru self. That's your higher self. That's your divine self. So our prayers and meditation give us that experience. And the more we do it, the more we are familiar with it. So the very moment we are knocked off our feet, we know that this is not me. One of those friends from the tent outside have come in and have taken over. So our prayer and worship, as Baba says, do not go away forever. They're there. Your sadhana never ends. Your practice never ends till the last breath in this life. I remember when Baba was in Sonoma. I'm just trying to put on this view so I can see more of you. When Baba was in Sonoma, someone asked him, Baba, you are an enlightened being. It must be wonderful to stay in bliss all the time. No fear, anger, jealousy, greed must come to you. What a beautiful way to live. Baba looked at him for a while and he said, no, brother, all I know, I eat good food in the night. In the morning, it turns into something else. Those things are always there. What I do with it, when I'm presented those anger, fear, lust, greed, jealousy, hatred, they will come. But what I do with it, how I process it, how I manage it, how I meet it, how I save myself from it, that is given to us by our prayer, meditation, worship, devotion. Our prayers and meditation and devotion prepare ourselves to deal with those things, meet them in a right way, not get sucked into. Don't become it. They will come. So, as you are doing your practice, please remember that you don't have unrealistic expectation from your engagement in your spiritual practice. Think of your spiritual practice as if a friend who is always there in your moments up and down. That friend is not going to chase them all away. That friend will be there with you to strengthen you, to give you support. So our prayers and meditations and worship do not change our instinct or those things that we are born with or that were conditioned, that they will be there. But our ability to deal with them, to meet that challenge, becomes greater. Now, when we are not home, the intruders come in. If you are home, your lights are on, your music is playing, or your people see you through the window, they think twice before they enter your house. They then come and knock the door. And if you are really busy with something else, you can even meet them at the gate and say, Sorry, I'm just a little busy right now. So being at home means staying connected with yourself, staying in your practice, staying in your remembrance, um, staying united with your calm self, your pure self, staying in that remembrance. Our mantra, our devotion, our prayers help us to remain connected, remain united. So it's very important to look at what is my relationship with my spiritual practice. Is this just a practice I do half an hour in the morning? Or it's just a practice that I do? My breathing meditation? In the beginning, it is a practice. In the beginning, it takes discipline, and we carve out time, and we have all this. We do all this reading and all that. But there comes a time that every breath is imbued with my mantra. Every breath is the reminder of my connection with something higher. And when that happens, I'm not vulnerable to those tendencies. They will come, they will knock on the door, but my goal is somewhere else. My mind is connected with something else. My mind doesn't go with them, doesn't check out. Okay, I'm going to have a little fun. Our practice is very beautiful. It has all the flavors in it. And once in a while, it's good to just take a step back, take a deep breath, and see, how am I doing with my practice? What kind of relationship I have? How can I enrich it? How can I deepen it? I wanted to read this, share it with you, because I have heard many times from many people that, Babaji, I have been praying, meditating, being spiritual, wear my mala all the time, but still I get under the influence of these. So you get under the influence of those because there is a little loophole somewhere that they find their way. Maybe they come through the back door when you are busy with something else and you're meditating, and all of a sudden you become very angry. We all have experienced those moments. You are meditating and all of a sudden you find the resentment building, or frustration coming in, or some kind of fear creeps in. And when those things come, it's not the time to analyze and find where it's coming from, why it's coming. It's coming because you just were not home in that moment. So instead of trying to find the reason why and solve it, your job is to come back to your devotion, to your mantra. If you can't handle it, just put your head down in front of the altar and say, Mother Earth, take this. Please give me a clean mind again. Mother Earth is the greatest absorber of all. If everything fails, just find a ground, Earth, Mother Earth, and just touch your forehead with the ground. Be aware of the grandness of Ma. The Ma that we think of, Divine Mother, is not someone riding on a tiger and wielding weapons or flying in the clouds. The Ma is closer than we can imagine. Ma is the one on whose Body, we are walking 24 hours. Who is holding us in her lap? Are we ever aware of this unconditional love, the greatness? Mother Earth, we call. In Mahalakshmi, the goddess of the wealth, prosperity, richness, Lakshmi is another name of the earth. Instead of worshipping somewhere on a picture in a temple where people they do their arti and bell and all this, the Ma that is in her physical presence right below your feet. How often do we sit in that appreciation? So being able to take a moment and pull back from all our distractions and engagements and just sit in the appreciation of this grand mystery. And it's not even a mystery, this very physical presence here. Anyway, so instead of trying to understand everything, when everything fails or it just keeps us going round and round in circle, it is important to just find a little time and get on your knees and let the forehead touch with Mother Earth. And imagine at the same time, when you are doing this act, little imagination, little your openness is necessary. When your forehead is touching the earth, think that all the worries, all the fears, all the envy, all the greed, all the jealousy, whatever has entered the house is leaving that way. Mother Earth is taking it away. So prayer, devotion, rituals, they work only when I am doing that with the purity of the heart. Purity of the heart, without any trace of doubt. You may think, oh, Babaji is saying this, he's from India, there it's done. I don't have to do, I don't know. I'm not familiar with it. It's not something from India. It's something that holds us every day. Mother Earth, gives us everything we need. She gives us water, grains, fuel, gold, silver, diamonds, whatever you want. Everything comes from the Mother Earth. Everything that we need from the moment we are born has come from Mother Earth. She's holding us in her lap 24 hours and giving us everything that we need. So here is a physical presence of that unconditional love. To be in a state of appreciation takes little time, takes little unwinding of that mind who is used to seeing in a certain way. Takes little time. Because we just are so much used to letting everything process through our mind. And mind has taken the reign. Our prayers and meditation give an opportunity, give a chance for our heart to open. And when our heart is not logical. Mind thinks logic. Heart just wants to open. Heart has no option. Heart just loves. So to enrich our spiritual practice, it's important to get out of our head, open our heart, and have some rituals in our pocket in the moment to help us. When things get over, life feels overwhelmed with whatever, anger, fear, lust, greed, jealousy, and we don't know what to do. Instead of flying off like an axe without a handle, just ground yourself, find a little spot in front of your altar, touch the Mother Earth with your forehead. Let her take it. She takes everything. She absorbs everything and gives us back purified nourishment. We live nowadays, pay attention to this. We live in a world, we are so insulated, particularly if we are living in the city. We have floors, we have basements, we have pavements, then on that we have shoes, then we have car, we are separated from the earth. Our skin never touches the earth. Yes, we are walking on the ground, but we got shoes on and we got sandals and slippers. And how is there a time that I'm really touching the earth with my own hands, with my own feet even, or with my forehead? So being aware of this is also a spiritual practice, that we take a conscious moment, not by accident, just whenever there is a moment I have, and I just go and touch the Mother Earth with my hand, or take my shoes off, take my slippers off, and stand on her with bare feet and feel that connection. Feel that connection. Even just close your eyes for a moment and see you connected with Ma through your feet. It's okay. Mother doesn't care as long as any part of baby's body touches Ma. Ma is just purrs like the cat. She's happy. Can you be happy also? Then the love of the mother, our love becomes one. So please know all those tendencies that Baba talked about, anger, fear, lust, greed, jealousy, envy, is not you. They are visitors. They come and take over the house. You are pure self. You are divine. You are not separate from God. God dwells within you in the form of your pure self, your wholeness. I would like to stop right here, right now, so you can think about this, what I have just mentioned. And I will come back. I'm here to listen to if this made any sense to you. And this was such a beautiful reading, just fell on an appropriate time, so I wanted to share this with you. And these readings are available probably on podcast or Spotify all the time. So it's a nice way to stay connected and see. At least we meet once a Sunday, but through that you can connect with the gems almost on a daily basis, little reminders. Okay, Shannon, now please